substitute teaching in 4th, 5th, or 6th grade, you are likely to use their name on the board method for discipline. I like the name on the board method because I can keep it up there so that the teacher can see their name and they can see their name that I'm not pleased with their behavior. I can also erase it without anyone getting in trouble. I like to leave a clean board at the end of the day. My preference is that no one has their name left on the board at the end of the day. By 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, they've been in school for a long time. They've been in school for a number of years. They know how to be good students. I prefer the reward system. I find that it lasts much longer for students rather than the harsh discipline method. I can do things like give them referrals and send them to the office, but that tends to be a short-term method. I can take away things like recess, but I prefer to add things. I prefer the discipline to be, if they follow my directions and listen when I talk, to add a minute or two onto their recess. You can do this in 4th or 5th grade. In 6th grade, they probably don't have recess anymore. Adding a minute to recess is nothing in a school day, but it's huge to these students. They will be quiet and they will work hard. You can tell them, if you're good to me, I will add an extra minute, an extra 2 minutes onto your recess. 2 minutes. Not very much to you or me, but to them, that's a huge reward. I also like to carry around Starburst in my backpack. Starburst is a good wrapped candy. Students all love Starburst. If I find that any students are having trouble focusing, if I'm getting a lot of talking during class, I hold up my Starburst and say, I tell them students working quietly will get a Starburst. I don't give a Starburst to every student. That would defeat the point. I only give out about 4 or 5 during a school day, so it's extra special. When they see the Starburst come out, they'll be very quiet. I simply hold it up like this, and I walk around the classroom as they get to work. They'll be very, very quiet for me as I reward a student or two for their good work efforts. If you're having real discipline issues, feel free to call the office. The principal, vice principal, the teacher's aides are there to make sure that the students are working. They know that being a substitute teacher is not always the easiest job in the world. They're there to support you. If you're having real discipline issues in your classroom, call the front office and have them send someone down. They'll send the principal, a vice principal, a teacher's aide, someone that knows all the students' names and their behavior issues. They'll come in, they'll talk to the students quietly and tell them to be more respectful. If there are students that are still having problems, they can take them away and they can do their work in the office in sort of a timeout. They may simply be overexcited and need to be removed from the exciting situation. When they see the principal come in, they will be quiet, and they'll be quiet for quite a while. The front office is there to support you. You won't look bad or like a failure if you ask for support. The front office is there to support you, to make sure that the students are getting an education. You can't give the students an education if you're spending too much time disciplining them. When you do punishments on the students, that will last for a few minutes. If you offer them rewards like extra recess or a Starburst, that will last you many, many minutes. It'll probably last you in between your recess and your lunch. You'll be able to get a lot of lessons in with your students by offering them rewards.